Greetings, St. Paul's, and blessings on this Wednesday. The psalm appointed in the daily lectionary today is Psalm 38. O Lord, do not rebuke me in your anger. Do not punish me in your wrath. For your arrows have already pierced me, and your hand presses hard upon me. So this psalm goes on to express a lot of pain and anguish by the psalmist, saying all the things that are bad with his health and physical well-being. It is a very dreary psalm until we get towards the end when the psalmist expresses faith that God will take care of restoring the psalmist's body to full health. It reminds me sort of like going through a physical. When you go into the doctors to get your annual checkup, the doctor asks you, is there anything of concern that you want to speak about? And then we are invited by the doctor to explain all the different aches and pains and issues that are going on in our physical body and our mind, if that is also the case. In today's 4 day-by-day meditation, we are invited to take time to do some examination of where we are in our relationship with God. What they call a spiritual dusting, like we do for spring cleaning. You know, when you go around and you make sure that all the little nooks and crannies of your house are clean. And so in thinking about the psalm and thinking about this invitation to do some spiritual dusting and checking up on our relationship with God, I think that it is important that at least once a year, probably even more often than that, we take some important time off from our daily routines to think about where we are in our relationship with God. How are things progressing or regressing or digressing? How have we grown, or how have things gone backwards? It is not to pound our chest with dread, but rather to recalibrate where we are and what we want to do moving forward. I've said many times before that I think that is an important thing to do for all relationships. All relationships, not only the relationship we have with God, necessitate that every once in a while we stop and think, where are things? Where do things stand? And where do we want the relationship to go from here? It is not a process that should be painful, but rather a process that should lead us to not only improving our relationship with others, but even improving our relationship with ourselves. Yes, that is also a relationship that we need to examine, our relationship with ourselves. As I always say to people when I see them as we're leaving each other, I say, take care of yourself. And I'm serious about that because I believe that we are called to love our neighbor as we love ourselves. We can't love neighbor if we don't have love for self. And love for self also signifies taking time out to analyze where we are, to think about what we have achieved, where we have made progress, where we have not, and make new commitments moving forward. So my beloved, on this day, take some time out, sometime today or in the future, to re-examine where you are in your relationship with God, where you are in your relationship with others, and just as important, where you are in relationship with yourself. Do some dusting so that you can see more clearly what's before you. Blessings, St. Paul's.